Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. So, for this afternoon, we are going to have a new lesson. And our lesson for this afternoon is about friction force. Okay, I want you to unmute your mic first. Let's start with friction. Friction.
Friction.
Friction.
Friction.
Another one is, okay, by the way, what is the positive of friction? Is it correct? Okay. Can you read the positive for friction? Grade 5?
แรงเสียดทาน
Again, please.
แรงเสียดทาน
Okay. Now, the next word is gravity. Everybody say gravity.
Gravity.
Again, gravity.
Gravity.
And what about the pasatay? The pasatay, please.
แรงถ่วง
Okay. Next, we have the word rub. Everybody say rub.
รอบ
Very good. What is the pasatay of rub?
ถู
Okay, thank you. Next is opposite. Can you everybody say opposite?
opposite
Okay, opposite in Thai is
ตรงข้าม
okay. Another word is pushing. Everybody say pushing.
pushing
Very good. Pushing.
pushing
What is the positive of pushing?
ผลักดัน
Okay, very good. Next, we have pull or pulling.
pulling
Very good. Pulling in Thai is
ดึง
okay. Did you get that? Another word is smooth.
smooth
Again, please. Smooth. Oh, smooth in Thai is
เรียบ
okay. And the last word is rough. Rough.
rough
Okay, now what we're going to do is to read the English and then the pasatay. Let's start with the word friction. 1, 2, 3, go.
friction
Friction. Pasatay.
แรงเสียดทาน
Next, gravity.
gravity
Pasatay.
แรงถ่วง
Very good. Rub.
รอบถู
Pa- okay. Opposite.
opposite ตรงข้าม
Very good. Pushing.
pushing ผลักดัน
Pulling.
pulling ดึง
Very good. Smooth.
smooth เรียบ
Rough.
rough ผุขะ
Okay. Thank you so much. Grade 5. Very good. Now we are going to proceed with what is friction force. Class, according to the book, a friction force is a resistant force between the contact surfaces of two objects. This force is against an object when it moves. It is always in the opposite direction to the direction that the object is moving to. If you want a Thai translation, I have prepared here for you, but please correct me if it's incorrect. Class, from other sources, friction is a force. Friction happens anytime two things rub against each other. Friction wants to slow things down. Okay, here are the translation. Can you read it? You can read it by yourself. To make it short, a friction is a rubbing force that slows down an object. A friction is a rubbing force that slows an object down. Okay. Do you understand the Thai translation? Grade 5, can everybody read the translation? I want Panasorn. Panasorn, can you read the definition for us of friction? Ready, go.
Friction is
Rubbing
rubbing
force
for
that
throw at
object down. Very good, Panasorn. Now let's see who is here. Let's have Pai. Pai, can you read the Pasatay, please?
เสียงแรงเสียงคานคือแรงเสียดสีที่ทำให้วัตถุช้าลง
Do you understand that? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Now, class, I'm gonna give you examples. Okay, so I have here a feature board, a blue feature board, and an eraser. Okay, a blue feature board and an eraser. Okay, so I'm gonna put this feature board here on the other side of, I'm gonna put this eraser on the other side of the feature board, and then, and then I will try to raise it slowly. Okay, can you see it? Okay, so as you can see, the eraser is not sliding down. The eraser is not sliding down. What is the reason why? Class, the reason why the eraser is not sliding down, even if I raise it, is the work of friction. Friction is holding the eraser, but if I raise it more, you can see that the eraser is sliding down. What is the reason why the eraser is sliding down? It's because of gravity. It's because of gravity. So I repeat, friction is holding the eraser still, but gravity pulls the eraser down. I repeat, friction holds the eraser still, but gravity is pulling the eraser down. That is the work of friction and gravity. That is the relation of friction and gravity. Now, another example, class, is when you rub your hands. Everybody, can you rub your hands?
ทุกคนถูมือของตัวเองค่ะ มันจะมีแรงเสียดทานขึ้นนะคะ แล้วก็ช่วยกันตอบด้วยนะ เพราะว่าบางทีมันอาจจะมีปัญหาทางอินเทอร์เน็ตนะลูก
Okay, everybody, put your hands like this. Can you rub your two hands? Okay, by rubbing your two hands, there is a friction. Okay, everybody stop. There is a friction. There is a friction between your left and right hand. Okay, as we said, that friction is a rubbing of two objects. Now, rub your cheeks. Class, rub your cheeks, please. Oh, only one hand. Rub your cheek. Okay. Again, there is a friction between your hand and your cheek. Another example, class, is we have riding a bicycle. Class, when you ride a bicycle, you depend on the rolling friction of the tires and the road. When we say tires, that is wheels. What is wheels in Pasatay, class? What is wheels in Pasatay?
วิวทีเชอร์ ทิวทัศน์นะลูกแปลว่าทิวทัศน์เหมือนกันนะคะวิวทิวทัศน์แล้วก็ใช้คำว่าวิว
Okay. Class, I repeat, when we ride a bicycle, there is a friction between the tires or the wheels of the bike and the road. Another example is ice skating. There is a friction between the ice skate and the ice rink. Ice rink is the ice ground. Ice skate is the shoes, or yes, the shoes that this girl is wearing. So have you been to an ice rink? Have you tried ice skating? Yes or no? Have you tried ice skating? Yes or no?
No.
No, not yet. Okay, so when you want to try ice skating, of course you will go to an ice rink, not in the grassland or in the sand, right? Because in the ice rink, the friction is low. When the friction is low, the ice is smooth, okay? That will help you glide across the ice, okay? Another example is when you play golf or golfing. Have you tried playing golfing? Anyone? Okay, so when you play golfing, there is a friction between the ball and the grassland. There is a friction between the ball. The player hit the ball starts rolling. Okay, and when the ball go far away from the player, the ball stops. What is the reason why the ball stops? That is again the work of friction. Friction stops the ball. Okay, class, the magnitude of friction force will change if we change these things. These are the factors on which the force of friction depends. Number one, weights and forces pressing on the surface. Number two, we have the types of contact surfaces. Okay, I will explain it one by one. So number one, weights and forces pressing on the surface. For heavy objects, the force pressing on the surface is high. So the friction force is high. Okay, you can read the pasatay.
สำหรับวัตถุหนักแรงกดบนผิวจะสูงแรงเสียดทานจึงสูง
Okay, I repeat, for heavy object, the friction force is high. For example, we have this one. Pushing a heavy object. As you can see, the man can hardly push the object because it is heavy. Since the box is heavy, the friction is high. Heavy object, the friction will be high. There is a friction between the box and then the floor. For the next one, for light objects, the opposite of heavy. The force pressing on the surface is low, so the friction force is low. Can you read the pasatay, please?
สำหรับวัตถุเบาแรงกดบน
Okay. For example, pushing a light object. What is light object, class in Thai? Light in Thai is? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Now, as you can see here from this example, the man can easily push the box because it is light. That is why the friction is low. Since the box is light, the friction between the box and then the floor is low. Okay. Number two, types of contact surface or types of contact surfaces. If a contact surface is smooth, the friction force is low, so an object can move easily. Okay, read the pasatay, please.
หากพื้นผิวสัมผัสเรียบแรงเสียดทานจะต่ำดังนั้นวัตถุสามารถ
Okay, for example, we have a pack sliding on a tile. When we say tile, class, it is smooth, right? It is smooth. The surface is smooth. Let's watch this video first.
First, let's see what happens when the puck travels over tile. The puck travels really far. That's because the smooth surface of the tile exerts a weak friction force on the puck. The weak friction force only causes a small velocity change, so the puck moves far across the tile.
Okay, class, since the tile is smooth, the puck moves far across it. Since the puck moves easily, the friction is low. Okay, another one. If a contact surface is rough, the friction force is high, so an object cannot move easily. That is the opposite of the first one. Okay, for example, a puck sliding on a carpet. Of course, you know what is a carpet.
What happens when the puck travels over carpet? We can see that the puck moves a little, but not as far as the tile. That's because the carpet exerts a stronger force of friction on the puck than the tile. This causes a larger velocity change, so the puck stops sooner.
Okay, so here the puck moves a little. But not as far as the tile. That is because the carpet is rough and the tile is smooth. So here, the puck cannot move easily. That is why the friction is high. I repeat, when the surface is smooth, the friction is low. When the surface is rough, what is rough again in Thai?
rough แปลว่าขรุขระนะคะเด็ก
Okay, when the surface is rough, the friction is high. Okay, now again, can you rub your two hands, please? Can you rub your two hands again? Let me see. Okay, I want everybody to rub your hands.
ๆถูก
Do you think the friction is high or low? Do you think the friction is high or low?
low
It is
low
If your hands are rough, the friction is low. But if your hands are smooth, the friction is high. For me, my hands are smooth. That is why the friction is high. It can move very fast. Okay. Next. Do you have any questions, class?
no
ไม่ต้องตอบก็ได้
Do you have any questions?
มีคำถามไหมคะ เด็กๆมีคำถามไหมคะ มีอันไหนไม่เข้าใจหรือสงสัยตรงไหนมีไหมลูก ไม่มี
Okay. Now I will just repeat what I've said. Okay, when we say friction, class, a friction is the rubbing of two objects. When you rub your hand, there is a friction. When you ride a bicycle, there is a friction between the wheels and the ground. When you rub your cheeks, there is a friction between your hand and your cheeks. When you hold a water bottle, there is a friction between the surface of the water bottle and your hand. When you, what else? When you go ice skating, there is a friction. When you ride a car, when your parents drive a car, there is a friction between the wheels or the tires of the car and then the road. When you take shower and you use soap, okay? When you rub the soap on your body, there is a friction between the soap and then your body. Yes or no?
yes
Okay, always remember, friction is rubbing of two objects. Now, so since there are no questions, let's have activity. So I want you to open your book to page 95, please. Are you
เต
ready?
รียมทำ activity หน้าที่5
Okay, so the instruction says, tick the correct statement and complete them if needed. Tick the correct statement and complete them if needed. Number 1, picture. Can someone tell me what do you see on the first picture? Class, what can you see on the first picture? Anyone? What can you see on number 1? Anyone? Raise your hand if you want to answer. What can you see? Can you see dogs? Yes or no? Please type your name. Please type your name, please. Not. What can you see on the first picture?
They ride a bike.
Yes, very good. There are people riding a bike or bicycle. Very good, not. So these people are riding a bicycle. By riding a bicycle, class, do you think there is friction? Yes or no? Is there a friction?
Yes.
Yes, there is a friction. So if you say there is a friction, you can take the first circle. If you say there is no friction, you take the second circle. Now, if you said there is a friction, we are going to complete the sentence. So it says here, there is a friction force between the blank. There is a friction force between the blank. Is it the trees and the ground? Is it the woman and the ground? Yes or no? Or is it the tires or the wheels and the ground?
The wheels and the ground.
Very good, not. So there is a force between the wheels and the ground or the road. Okay? The rolling friction of the wheels and the road. Do you think the road is smooth or rough? Do you think the road is smooth or rough?
Laugh.
Rough. Very good. Okay, the road is rough. Now for number 2. Okay, anyone who can tell me what is on picture 2? Can you see animals? What do you see? Not again, raise his hand. Not, what is your answer?
She blow cakes.
Very good. A girl is blowing the candle cake. Now, do you think there is a friction here? Is there a rubbing thing? Yes or
No.
no? There is
No.
no friction. Right, there is no friction. And for number 3, class, what is the man holding? What is the man holding? Is he holding the car? No. He is holding boxes. Now, boxes, he's holding the boxes using his hands. So do you think there is a friction or no friction?
Friction.
There is a friction. Very good. There is a friction between the hands and then the box. Just like my first example a while ago, my hand and the surface of the water bottle. Okay. Since the gravity is pulling the boxes down, friction helps his hand to hold the box. Okay. So you say hands and boxes. There is a friction between the hands of the man and the boxes. Oh. Okay, if you're finished, show me your pen. So what are the surfaces? We have tile. When we say tile, the surface is smooth. We also have anti-slip mat. Anti-slip mat. So basically, this is a rubber. Okay? Rubber. Next, we have grass field. Grass field meaning when you play golfing, that is a grass field. When you play soccer, that is you play on the grass field. And then concrete floor. Concrete floor. The question is, on which surface can the box move the farthest? On which surface can the box move the farthest? Farthest mean far. Do you think it's on the tile, anti-slip mat, grass field, or concrete floor?
Tie.
Not said the box will move farthest on the tile. Actually, not is correct because the tile, okay, let's say the box will move farthest on the tile. What is the reason why? What is the reason why? Because the tile is smooth and the tile is the smoothest of all the surfaces. Okay, now number 2. It is the opposite. On which surface can the box move the shortest distance? On which surface can the box move the shortest distance? I am asking for the roughest one. Is it the anti-slip mat, the grass field, or the concrete floor?
Grass field.
Not said grass field. How about the others? When we say anti-slip mat, you cannot glide, or you cannot object cannot glide. Object cannot slide. Okay? Just like rubber. Just like rubber. Never mind. Okay, so what is the answer, class? Tile, anti-slip mat, or grass field? Not said grass field, but the answer is it's the anti-slip mat, because that is a rubber. When you push a box on a rubber, I think that will be the most difficult one to do, especially when the box is heavy. But thank you, Nat. Gel finished? So again, the box will move the shortest distance on the anti-slip mat because it is the roughest surface of all. It is the roughest surface of all. Okay, I think everybody is finished. Now let's proceed to the last activity, which is still on page 105. So I want everybody to please read and answer the questions. Everybody, many, ready, go. Many machines and equipment are used in factories. There are many moving parts in them that always touch each other. This will make the machines heat up and wear out. So, the technicians have to take care of the machines by putting lubricants to lower the chances of the machines and equipment to wear out. Okay, I repeat. Wear out. Very good. Now I repeat. Many machines and equipment are used in factories. There are many moving parts in them that always touch each other. This will make the machines heat up and wear out. So, the technicians have to take care of the machines by putting lubricants meaning oil, like oil, to lower the chances of the machines and equipment to wear out. The question is, class, the question is this text about friction force? Yes or no? Is this text all about friction? Yes or no? So as you can see here, there are moving parts in them that always touch each other. There are many moving parts in them that always touch each other. Do you think this is all about friction? Yes or no? Who says yes? Raise your hand. If you say yes, you raise your hand. Not? Who else? Only not? Yes, Anda said yes. Pacharisa said yes. Okay, what else? Kwankao said yes. Panasorn said yes. Okay, now the answer is yes, it is all about friction force. It is all about friction force because it says here there are many moving parts in them that always touch each other. When you say touch each other, there is a rubbing thing. There is a rubbing thing. Pie finished? Yes, it is. The wear out of machine parts happens because of friction force. But how? By putting lubricants will help lessen the friction force between the machine parts. For this one, I am going to discuss this on my next video. On my next video, I'm gonna talk about how to lessen friction or how to make it high. How to make high friction or low friction. Okay, another friction class is by writing on your book. There is a friction between the point of your pen and then the book, the surface of your book, the paper. That is another example of friction. The ballpoint and then the book. Oh, when you erase your writings, there is a friction, just like what Nat just did. Not erase the words, right? There is a friction between the eraser and the book. If you're finished, show me your pen. Okay, very good title. Okay. I think everybody is finished. So, class, this is the end of our activity for now. You have no homework yet. And next time, please review your activities because I'm going to give quiz again, a 10 points quiz. Okay, 10 points quiz. That will be about force. Okay, resultant force and friction. Okay, so that's it. Take a photo of your activity. I'm gonna check that and I will record. At the end of this sem, I will show you your grades. Okay? So, do you have anything to say? No?
มีใครสงสัยอะไรไหมคะ วันนี้ไม่มีการบ้านนะ
No
Okay.
No teacher
No. Okay. So if there are no questions, let's end here. Okay? Thank you for listening to Teacher Yan. What will you say?
คนพูดขอบคุณพร้อมกันค่ะ
Goodbye teacher
Okay, what will you say to
Thank
Teacher Yan and Teacher Oil? Thank you.
teacher
Okay.
Thank you Goodbye
Okay. Thank you
Goodbye
and goodbye. Thank you and goodbye.
Goodbye
Okay. I will upload this on the YouTube. Bye bye. I will end the meeting now.